Welcome to this first session on financial management. What is financial management? Financial management is basically taking a right financing decisions. Identifying the source of funds. Is it which source? Is it from debt or is it from equity? Identifying the appropriate source and raising the funds with an optimum mix. That is one of the important financing decision, and that is one of the important component of finance management. And the next important component of finance management is taking right investment decisions. How much of funds should be deployed in fixed assets? How much should be deployed in working capital so that the business generates the returns which are expected by the investors? And the third one is how much is to make as dividend. How much should be paid as dividend? That is called as dividend decision. So finance management basically revolves around taking a right financing decision, taking a right investment decision, and a dividend decision. So what are the basic aspects of finance management? The number one is procurement of funds, and number two is utilization of funds. When we say procurement of funds, from whom we are going to procure? How much should be procured from owner? How much should be arranged by bank loans? How much should be sourced from venture capitalist? How much from angel financing? How much we should raise through HP or lease, and how much from debentures? So we have to procure funds from various people. So what is the combination? What are the terms? And how we are going to pay off? All this should be thought before raising or procuring the funds. And once the funds is procured, how they are going to be utilized? How much is going to be utilized for fixed assets? And before utilizing in fixed assets, whether capital budgeting is done, and how much is going to be used for working capital assets which is required for operations. So the finance management basically focuses on procurement of funds and utilizations of funds. Now we'll see what are the objectives of finance management. See, the objectives of finance management is number one, profit maximization, and number two, wealth maximization. But profit maximization alone as an objective is not appreciated by many because the objective is very vague in nature and it also carries high risk, and you cannot fix a time pattern, and you also ignore the social considerations, or we would say social considerations are ignored when profit maximization is kept as an objective. So wealth maximization is the real or appropriate objective of finance management, so that NPV of economic profits, or the present value of economic profits, would improve and it would create more wealth for the people who have invested in the business.